It's Storytime Tea, that's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about not the last time, but the time before the last time when I was getting on a plane, okay? One thing I'm going to do is have an airport story because I'm always in the daggone airport, okay? So basically, I'm on my way back from Baltimore, okay? Because I think it was like, maybe it was when I was coming back from my sister trip. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. So I was coming back from my sister trip and I kind of was going home, getting stuff from home and then bringing it back to where I lived, because when I moved here I had so much stuff and I didn't know exactly how big my apartment was and how much stuff I could really store in there, and I didn't want to bring all this stuff and then not have nowhere to put it. And so I put some of my stuff in the storage unit and I was like, I'll come back for it. And so every single time that I come back to Baltimore, I'll bring an extra suitcase, stuff it, and then take it back with me to go home. So that's what I had been doing. I think this was like my second time doing that or whatever. And so I really stuffed that joint. But I got on an old scale and tried to weigh the bag with the little old scale, right? And I was just like, what if this scale is wrong? So I was just like, I know this bag can only be like 50 pounds, right? And so I'm just like, I lift 50 pounds a lot. Like, I'll just pick up a 50-pound bag of potatoes or onions and I'm just like, this can't feel heavier than 50 pounds. But when I weighed it, it said 40. So I'm like, maybe today I'm just weak. And so today I'm just mad weak and I just think that it's more than 50 pounds, and really it's not. It's the 40 that they said, right? And so I'm rushing into the airport because most of the time I am early, but this time in particular, my best friend was taking me and he was getting off of work. And so he was late. And so I was late. And so I go in there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta hurry up because I gotta give them my little bags. And so I go over there to get the people my bags. And then once I give them, I'm like right before I get to the people to give them my bags, I look at my bags. I'm like, hey bags, I know I really stuffed y'all. I know I did. I know I stuffed both of y'all and y'all about to get weighed, but please, come on bags. Like, lock in, be under 50 pounds, be under 50 pounds. Cause I don't know what's going to happen if you more than 50 pounds. I'm just looking at my bags. Bags. If you 51, be 50 today. I'm like, if you 51, be 50 today. Hey, bags. Okay. And so I'm just looking at my bags. I close my eyes. It was just like, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. I'm already late. I can't be later than what I am. They need to just go ahead and take these bags, not say nothing to me, and just throw them joints under the... Just throw them under. Just throw them under. Just don't... And so that's how I was right before I got to the little people. So I get up to the people. I weigh my one little bag. And my one little bag, a cool 45. But that was the bag that said it was like 30. So I'm just like, the bag that said it was 40? I was like, it's not 40. Because if that one is 45, and that's the smaller bag, this bigger bag. So I put the bag up on there, and before I even put the bag, as I'm putting the bag up on there, the little man just like, were you just praying over top of your bags? I'm just like, yes. I was praying over top of my bags because I don't know how much it's gonna weigh, and I don't have time for this. Like, I'm late. And the man is just like, oh my gosh, bless your heart. And then he looked at the scale. That shit said 65. I was like, oh my God. I was like, 65? Yo, the scale I used was not scaling. The scale I used was not scaling. My bag was 65 pounds and it was supposed to be 50. So I'm looking at him and I'm just like, he was like, look, I ain't put no other bags under the plane that was overweight. I know what plane this is. It's cool. I'm going to put this bag under there. I'm going to put the little sticker on there saying that it's overweight. You good. You ain't got to pay nothing. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Just go and get on your flight. It's okay. And I'm just like, my prayers worked. I was just like, I got to get out of here. I ran off. He looked at my little ID and I was all right. And I got out of there. And I ran over there, went straight through TSA, bye y'all. And then I jetted over to my little flight. I was just like, bruh, like sometimes, you know, like I really was praying on my bags. I'm like, bags, y'all is fit to let me through. I'm like, we not getting stopped right now. They ain't fit to say nothing to me. Everything is cool. Like no extra charges, no things that I gotta sign. Everything is fine, bags. And it was. My prayers worked. It was okay. Like shout out to the man at the little joint. Shout out to him. Cause when I tell you my bag was heavy, my bag was heavy. And like, I'm wild for that. I didn't, next time I gotta do a little better at packing the bag because that joint was heavy. And then it's like, I had 4 bags. I already had 4 bags. So it's just like, I just had so much going on. And I was just like, yo, life is life and please let me through here. And then I got let through. I got let through, everything was cool. And I made it back home. I made it back home on time. My little fat bags was flying down the little ramp. Was flying down the little ramp when I went to go pick them up. So everything ended up working out. But like, yes, shout out to that man. He really looked out. My little 65-pound bag was geeking. But he put a little sticker on it like he was supposed to. He said what he was supposed to say to Shorty. Everything was good. My bag went under the plane. Everything was fine. But like, my nerves. Like, cause I just try to be early to the flights. I be trying to be early. And I be trying to make sure that all my bags is the right weight. I just need to get my homie a new scale. Because the scale was wrong. Or something. I don't know. Maybe the math wasn't mathing or the scale was wrong. But like, that bag was 65 pounds. But yeah, you know, moral of the story is, weigh your bags before you go to to get on a plane. Make sure you weigh your bags. And pray over top of them if you didn't. It might work. It worked for me, it might work for you. Pray over top of your bags. Maybe your bags will be fine and they will get to the destination when they're supposed to and everything will be good for you, okay? Mine did. Prayer works. You know? So yeah, that's the moral of the story. And for me, Storytime Tish Daddy, it's over. Peace and love.